I played a lot of games this year. I just kind of want to do an unscripted ranking, I guess. Hades 1 is a good starter. It is It is eight. It would be normally A tier, or I guess I should say, pretty good. This normally it'd be here, but you have to compare it to a lot of other games, and this is like game of the year for most people. But because Hades 2 is also on this list, I don't know how to rank it. So I'll put it in good as a good baseline. Speaking of baseline, Persona Q it's a really fun time with the Persona cast, but my main problem is that some of the puzzles in the later parts do drag on for a while. Also, I'm just kind of assuming you know what everything is here. It's not too bad. I don't feel like this is mainly for myself, I guess, but Persona Q as a whole, it's like the story and the dialogue and everything else, but some of those later dungeon puzzles, like they kind of drag on, and I'm assuming this is what it's like that for the rest of what it's originally based on. I can't remember the name, but yeah, it is a good baseline. Would I say it's above Hades 2? Yes, because I like Persona more. Like, I like these characters. I like the cast. Persona 4 Ultimax, probably one of my favorite fighting games. Mostly just because it does a really good job of entering that, or giving a good send-off and conclusion to the P4 and P3 cast. Raito Kuzunoha, the Soulless Army, the original, it's decent. It's like, it does feel like compared to the remastered, which I'll rank later, it's not, combat isn't as advanced. It definitely needed a remake and be given to choose combat. It definitely needed a remake, because there feels like there's one button in this game, and that is it's sword attack. Raito Kuzunoha 2, I'd rank it the story and the characters and the plot are fun, but the gameplay holds it down for being pretty good. Story 2 fixes the combat. SMT3, there's so much going on in this game, like, you just need to look up trailers or something if you haven't. It is like one of the best. Like, people said it was too hard. I think I prefer its difficulty compared to some of the later SMT games here. Just because there's not like any super bosses. It's all kind of, everything is hard, but there's nothing like, it's like on average more difficult than here, but it doesn't have as higher peaks. Like, everything can one-shot you, but that makes it more fun than having a super boss. 4, it's close. Like, I love all the SMT games. In fact, maybe I'll add like a maybe medium tier list or medium tier or something. Or that's not. Yeah, I'll add, because SMT4 is really good. It doesn't age as well as the other SMT games do. It is, I'd say it's my all-time. I'd say it should go up here. Maybe not my all-time favorite. I'd like to keep this part low. Maybe I don't. I'll keep this though, just in case. Apocalypse. The thing is good and decent. Apocalypse does a lot of stuff that makes it different from traditional games with its alignment system. Like the main reason, I feel like for the main reason people would like 3 and 4, it doesn't have, it kind of linearizes it. But all of a sudden it is still SMT4 a little bit. It's got SMT4's combat mechanics. The story is the only thing really kind of holding it down, because it also makes it less replayable if it's that linear. See, this is where it gets complicated. Devil May Cry original. This is one of those games where I went into it expecting to age poorly, and it didn't. This is... I'd say maybe move like this. Yeah, I'll leave this here just now that the remaster exists. It's one of those games where I thought it would age poorly. It didn't. It's still, you can definitely tell it still has that Resident Evil DNA in it. It's got kind of that flair. I did not put Devil May Cry 2 in here. That's interesting. Okay. Devil May Cry 2 is the only game that is actually bad here. Like, otherwise, these are great experiences. This is like a little disappointing of an experience compared to what came before it. Like, it's really good on paper, I guess, but it could be so much better if they changed a little bit. This is the only game I'm really playing. It is like bad to control, bad to like, and it's not like it's a hard. It's not, at least the only compliment is that it's not hard. It's like way too easy because you can use guns to instantly destroy everything. Or not instantly destroy everything, but like they don't really counter. The enemies do not deal with guns as they should. And like it's just way easier than, like, these games are usually being known for being decently hard. This is like, I played both characters because it's like a 2-disc situation, one story with one character, one story with the other. I've replayed like the game twice basically with each character. It is a bad type of game. It's a bad game, but it isn't like the, oh my god, look how bad this is. But it's just the slog to get through. It's like, I feel nothing playing this. I think I had like a video in the background or something to get through playing it the second time. It also is like at a weird timeline point where it's before 3, but 5 and 4 don't mention it. So it's completely skippable. 3 is pretty fun. I'd say it's above the first one. The first one kind of almost felt like an arcade almost style game, but this one it has a lot of that flair and style. I think it's most people's favorite. I did see, the styles, I mean, I wish I could swap through it like the later games, but, or like the weapons. No, it was the styles. This is what most people think of when they think of Devil May Cry, like 3, or Devil May Cry as a whole. That's why it's based on this. Now, Devil May Cry 4, it isn't. It is this perfect mental stop, or not perfect mental stop, but it isn't. Nier doesn't play as fun as Dante in the original. In fact, because it feels, his moveset kind of feels very repetitive. It's all kind of just grabbing things, and you think, this is just how the game is. But then you play as Dante in Devil May Cry 4, and it is pretty fun. But that Nier isn't just at. They make him better in later games. he is not as fun in 4. Which if he was just a little bit better, had a bit more variety, I think he would have been fun. Slime Rancher. See, this is what I have to do. I have to compare Slime Rancher to Devil May Cry. Slime Rancher 1. I'd say goes in here. It's like a good cozy game. I mean, it's kind of just doing tasks. It's like you create pens for your slime, you get the plorts. It's kind of just going from one task to another. I need to get rid of one of these categories. These are just the right of categories. 1 and 2. I think I don't need really super good. Yeah. Devil May Cry 5, it's like, I think it's the easiest to go back to. I'd say it's above 5 just because the gameplay is a little, or above 3 just because the gameplay is a little more fun here. I can switch between the styles. Unlike 4, each character feels fun in their own way. They're not like too unbalanced to where one can do everything and the other has like 4 moves. See, I played the original Guilty Gears. I already had Strive, so that is not included in the games I played this year. Guilty Gear 1. It aged. It's one of those things where I guess I just go assuming it wouldn't age. It'd be like the original Street Fighter. It's still decently good. Xrd, I did not play much of these two. I kind of tested them out. I didn't go. I went through one of their stories, I think. It's not Xrd. It's like Ancient Core Plus. Better than original. I did play a while, just like arcade mode, stuff like that, training against someone. It's like second to Strive, honestly. Combat and just overall gameplay. I haven't done the story mode. I think I know generally what happens though. There you can see the bias here. The SMT ones and Persona taking the top. If I had to rank them individually, it's like this one's honestly pretty close to going down here. Maybe I'll just make the tier just for him, but yeah, SMT. This is like definitely the SMT5 Vengeance, if you could tell by the crunched ass tier list thing. It's definitely the best gameplay wise. I don't know if it's better than because this is like I like the characters. I am nostalgic for Persona 4. This is like, I don't know how much of my enjoyment is just solely this game, but it is like in terms of fighters, I'd say it's more fun. Definitely more fun than Guilty Gears, and it's an arc system fighter, so it's also really good. But yes, SMT5 is definitely the best. I played like a couple playthroughs of it. It's really replayable. You can get like, there's a lot of choice and alignment with its alignment system, and a lot of endings you can get, and it makes it much more replayable than say like SMT4 Apocalypse, which isn't as, it's kind of a slow. It's just the gameplay. It's fun to move around, which is honestly good if you're doing so much of that. I think I like SMT3 just because it's artsy. It's more artsy and philosophical. I like its artsy and philosophical points better. There isn't like it avoids the strict chaos law and neutral system, which I think is interesting. And Demi Fiend is also cool. Raiden Kozunoha Remastered. This is just one, but with better combat, and I'd say Hades can go below which would I rather? I think I'd rather play Slime. Persona Q is almost up there, but I'd say it's. This one has an alignment system. This one doesn't. I think. It's been a while since I touched 2. This one I could go back to easier just because it's newer. It's got the new combat. I think as a whole experience, 2 is slightly better. Now I played like 2 Pokemon games. Ultra Sun is like probably the best. Or no, it's definitely the best of Alola. See, now it's weird to rank these because Pokemon isn't really in the same genre as any of these. I'd say it's like second best. I think I like the Gen 3 remakes more. Like it's second best out of the 3DS, or maybe just in general. It's probably the best Alola can get. That being said, I put it here. I think Persona Q and Arena are weird because they kind of rely on you playing the original Persona games to like them. I wouldn't say as much with Ultimate, but like this is definitely the I want to see my characters do silly things, and it's also a crossover. Would I gameplay? I think Persona Q. Some of that the puzzles on the like later part aren't as fun, but why is decent? Why is it's kind of bare bones. It really needed Pokemon Z, which of course we didn't get until like ZA if you count that, because obviously it was the first 3D Pokemon game, so they had to spend all this time redesigning and making the models in 3D, and they sacrificed the Pokedex a lot, and they sacrificed a lot of that stuff in favor for making it 3D. And it is a good game. Like if you said this is your favorite, I would disagree, but I wouldn't like it. I just think if this is your favorite, it might be just because you played it first or have like nostalgia for it. But I didn't play this. I played Alpha Sapphire, the Gen 3 remakes instead. So I can kind of see like Gen 3 remakes is just like it keeps the Mega Evolution, and it doesn't really have to worry about adding much new Pokedex either, because it's a remake. So I don't think it has to deal with the issues that Y has, and I think that's why it's a little bit better. Hades 2. I'd say it's above. I'll move Hades down to good. Flame Ranger. It would be pretty good if 2 didn't exist. I'll talk about it in a second. Hades 2, it's just Hades 1, but there's more reasons to play. Like I love the collecting system, the resources system they have. It's much more reason to actually go through a run for other reasons. Even if it's just like the souls and stuff that I want a new capture something. I don't know. There's much more incentive to replayability, and I can imagine myself. I think after I beat Hades, I want like a couple runs just to unlock more weapons, but Hades 2 is better on its. It does what Hades does better. Maybe the ending isn't as good, but it is a better roguelike, I should say, than Hades 1. Sun Retro 2 is it's weird to put this above Devil May Cry 5, because the Devil May Cry games are all really good, but it is just, it's Slime Ranching. You're taking care of slime. You're building pens and resource harvesting. it's one of those things where your brain is just kind of going from one task to another, and it definitely improves. I will say, I'm not sure how I feel about you actually having to go out and collect resources rather than the like the drills and systems they had in the original. I do. My only major complaint, which is like why it's not like any higher, is I don't like that environmental conditions can only spawn certain types of slimes, which is like you can get every single slime other than like the ones that you can't actually absorb, like the gold or the silvers. This one, however, you just have to wait for, if you want the vine slime or whatever, tingle slime, you have to wait for it to be pollinated. You have to wait for extreme winds to get like some resources and like the tornado slime, cyclone slime. Yakuza 0, I finished this like yesterday. It has a lot of content. It is like a beat 'em up, I guess, RPG, I'd say. Which I don't know how I compare it to a traditional RPG. It's got a lot of, it's like, if you do every side mode, it's like 200 hours. Would I say it is better than Pokemon Sun? Yes. I think it's better than Pokemon Sun or Ultra Sun. These are both kind of the same thing. They definitely have, or I guess not the same thing, but in terms of enjoyment of their combat. This is, I don't know if I do rank it above Hades 2. Because they are definitely this. I do definitely get the same enjoyment probably out of the combat. And they definitely provide it. Maybe I'd say the same amount of time. Like in terms of like hour per dollar, Yakuza 0 is like up here. Or maybe actually up here. I think SMT5 would be at the top. But yeah. Yakuza 0 is tricky to compare to traditionally. I mean, I could technically spend like hours playing billiards and darts, but I don't know if that means it's better than Hades 2. It's definitely, it is a game you play not only for the original story, which is like, if it was just story and like without side modes, I'd say it's here. But because there's like so much side content and like side quests, sub stories, I'd say it's above Hades 2. Hades 2, it's fun to replay. I don't know if I'd... It's easy to boot up and play, I guess, like, to come back to. But over playing Yakuza 0 for the first time, I don't know. This is definitely the best game that came out this year. And I think, in fact, I think there's only 3 games that actually came out this year. Raida Remastered, which that's a remake of an old game. Do you count that? Slime Rancher 2, this was in beta. Well, these two were, Slime Rancher 2 and Hades 2 were technically in beta a year ago. I don't know if that counts, but I'd say yes. I'd say it's Yakuza 0. I guess I'll. I don't think anything needs reordering. Do I think Apocalypse is better than mine? They're bad for different. This isn't bad. It's just. It's foundationally. Bad. Its foundation keeps it from being bad. The gameplay itself. The gameplay, the combat, or I guess the RPG combat, but same thing. Playing through the story itself is good, and then it isn't until like you get to the end that you realize how linear it is, because I guess they don't tell you. Guilty Gear Indicator? No, I think this is decent enough. I guess this is my epic list. Awesome.
Hello, your neighbor. Goodbye, I'll see you later. This place was not for you to look and see.